into my kitchen the day after Thanksgiving. You're like me, you're thinking, oh, I have all that turkey. I have all those veggies. What am I going to do? We had them for dinner for Thanksgiving, and we had leftovers for supper, and then we had, for lunch today, we had turkey again. Well, I'm going to show you an easy way to get rid of some of them. I always do this, and I love it, and I'm sure once you try it, you're going to love it. Okay, first of all, we're going to break up a cup full of spaghetti, and the spaghetti is going to be broke up in 1 to 1.5 inches. Oh, don't measure it. Just, my husband says, that's not, I said, don't measure it. Don't measure it. Anyway, we're going to put that in our pan. I have spaghetti in here along with a cup of turkey broth. I'm blessed. I have a lot of turkey broth because they have turkeys on sale here. And before Thanksgiving, my husband ate a lot of turkey, that's for sure. But I canned, I think it was 18 quarts and 13 pints of turkey. So, and that's the best broth you can get when it's fresh from the poultry like that. So, there's my spaghetti and my, along with my broth. Now, you may have to add a little more broth. It just depends. You'll know when you get started. And then I'm going to add my onion. It says, like a quarter of a medium onion or something. And you know me, I like onion, so I always add more. And then you use a 2-ounce jar of pimentos. Now I guess I bought the wrong ones because I bought the long ones. So I just took my scissors and went in there and cut them up because I didn't want long pieces. I just wanted some small little pieces. Okay, my fingers are clean, really. It's the best tool God gave us. Anyway, get those all in there. Some of them I didn't get cut up, but that'll do. It'll be fine. So I'm hoping that each and every one of you had a wonderful Thanksgiving with your family, and got to share some quality time. We've been in for so long that it's almost you don't know what to do when you do get out. But we actually had 2 Thanksgivings at my house. I started out by having, I was going to have my daughter and my daughter's mother-in-law here and my son-in-law. But it changed. The kids all had, they were all going to their in-laws. They take turns. One time they go to Nana Paula's and the next time they go to their in-laws. So this was Thanksgiving with their in-laws. So we actually had Thanksgiving Day here. And then on Saturday, we had all the kids. I say we, my daughter did. Had all the kids, great-grandkids and grandkids. Oh my God, it was so loud and so wonderful. You just stand there and listen to those little ones run and play, and you think, oh, how can people just not have their little ones with them all the time? I'm privileged. I get to help babysit a couple days a week for a couple hours or so down at my daughter's when she has the kids. And then after that, I didn't get the turkey out, of all things. Oh my gosh. Forget the turkey? Yes, Vera, forget the turkey. Anyway, get my turkey out now. But anyway, then you need, I think it's half a cup of green peppers. And I'm sure we all had those left over too. I know I did. But I have a problem with cooking. If I'm asked to do one pie, I do two, or if I'm asked to do one dessert, I do three, and so I always have tons of food, and no one goes home hungry, and if they do, it's their own fault. But on Thanksgiving Day, when my daughter and her husband were here, I was so surprised. I got the best surprise for the year. My youngest grandson and his two boys and wife had gone to her family's earlier, and they were going to be home. And I'm like, no, not on Thanksgiving. I know he was saying, yes, Grandma, I need to work. He's a workaholic. But he would have went upstairs in his office, and he had got on the computer, and he would have worked most of the day. But I text him and said, hey, you want to come over for lunch today? You don't have to stay all day, because I knew he wanted to get some work done. So they came over, which was so nice. I had two of my great-grandchildren here. Oh, they ran and played and laughed, and there's nothing like laughter from a little child. They don't know what's going on out there in the world, and they just laugh, and they're so happy, and that makes you happy, because you see them and hear them playing and laughing and having such a wonderful time. And so they were here. Well, a little bit later, my daughter tells me that my youngest grandson, who was at the hospital working, and the doctors have to take turns, and it was his turn to work, even though it was Thanksgiving. Anyway, he was going to be stopping in because his family, his wife and children, were at her parents', and that was a 2-hour drive. And after working 12, 14 hours at the hospital, you don't feel like driving that far. So he stopped here for dinner also, which made it so wonderful. At least I had part of the kids here. So anyway, and then I'm going to take my turkey. You need 2 cups. And I just have some of it that is picked off the bone, and some of the smaller pieces, I'm just chopping those up. And I'm going to make about 2 cups of it, and we're going to put it in there. This casserole is called Turketti, and it is so simple to make. And you get to use leftovers from Christmas and Thanksgiving, and although I make it quite often because I love it. So I will cook a chicken breast or something, so I got it to make out of, and I make it. So sure, I'm going to get more in here than I need. But I'm just going to chop the chicken up, and put that in. I am going to excuse myself and wash my hands real quick. Let's see what we've got now. And as you see, there's not much to making this. And you get to use leftovers instead of throwing them away. And another thing, I've got enough here to make another meal plus another Turketti meal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another one up later, and I'm going to put it in my deep freeze because someone's going to need it. I always like to have a little extra in my freezer so that if someone is sick and they need a meal, I've got something made. All I have to do is heat it up, take it to them, which makes it so much easier. So I'm flipping spaghetti all over my floor, but then that's okay. You know me, I am very messy. Now, that looks pretty even with turkey. So if it looks even, add more. I don't know. I'm going to add just a little bit more. There. Then I'll quit. There. Okay. Add just a little bit more. A little bit never hurt anybody. So, but I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I know we did. We were so blessed. We had all the kids home, grandkids and great-grandkids at my daughter's. It would have been perfect if my son would have surprised me and showed up. But I'd probably had a heart attack. That's probably why he didn't show up. No, he lives so far away that we don't get together that often, and I don't like it. But I don't have much to say about it. Okay, now I'm going to pour, then you just pour all of this. Oh, that looks a little bit, and you can do like I do. That looks a little bit dry to me. I'm going to add a little bit more broth because I don't want it to be dry. The spaghetti sucks up the broth. Okay, then we're going to put this in our casserole dish that I have already sprayed. And it's ready. And I preheated my oven at 350. Oh, that smells so good. The peppers and the onions. Oh, I love them. So, anyway, then you just put it in a 9x12 dish. And you bake it. There. Oh, yum, yum. Anyway, I'm going to wipe my fingers off. Now this has to bake for 45 minutes at 350. And you take your cheese, cover the top. It says take a cup. And if you follow me very much, you know I always use more. That's what I like about most of my recipes. I can make them my own. And that's what you can do. You can put in what you want. If someone don't like pimentos, leave them out. It's not going to hurt anything, and it's not going to change much because you don't like them, so don't use them. Now, I'm going to set this in my oven at 350 for 45 minutes, and while it's baking, I'm going to go pick up in the foyer a little bit. My husband he has all these animated characters, figurines and things that he puts on the steps, all the way down the steps. And then the great-grandkids get to come and they sit in there and they play with them. And had the one little boy sit there and talked to the one and kept telling him to move the hammer over some because he wasn't hitting it right. But that's so much fun. And two of the boys came and helped him do it. So we've had a full Thanksgiving and a wonderful Thanksgiving. So let's end it with a good casserole. So I will bake this and then I will be back with you when it's finished and ready to eat. Okay, we're back. Casserole's out of the oven. It took about 35 minutes. If you make a double, it's going to take about 40. But I just did the single one. And you have to let it set a little bit because the broth is going to be kind of juicy in there when you first take it out until all your veggies and spaghetti and everything absorbs it. But I think we're okay. I hope. We're going to try it anyway. Oh my goodness, that smells good. Smells good, smells good. Yummy, yummy. Okay, all you need to do is you can add a salad to it if you would like. breadstick, and you've got your meal. And don't forget, I'm gonna taste it. Love it. Don't forget, you can freeze this. So it might be a nice dish to have an extra one in the freezer. Anyway, there's our turketta, and I hope you'll try it. Use those leftovers for Christmas leftovers, Thanksgiving leftovers, and your family will love it because it has spaghetti in it. Everybody loves spaghetti and cheese, come on. So anyway, I appreciate you stopping in today to my kitchen and cooking with me. And I hope to see you back here real soon. I have some Christmas candy recipes and some cookies that I want to do. So anyway, I appreciate you stopping in today. Have a great holiday. Thank you bunches.